Nazis. He's quite anti-Nazi. Berta is the mother, and she was a journalist at the time. Hamza's their son. Yeah.
He's just a student, don't mind him.
And then Gretel is their daughter, so...
She's very kind.
Yeah.
In 1929, there's the Wall Street crash, and Gustav and Bertha are still employed because there's quite a call for a teacher still, so they're still seen as quite an essential asset, so he hasn't been laid off yet. And his wife, being a journalist, can sort of get jobs wherever she needs to, so she's pretty much safe.
Yeah, the problem they have is with the hyperinflation, they might have struggled to buy food and stuff, but they've been okay, like, they kept the job. The kids wouldn't really be affected by it, because
it's all like quite a middle-class family, so they're mostly safe. And then in 1933, when Hitler becomes a Führer, Hans and Gretel are receiving the Nazi education and are forced to join youth groups, and Gustav gets detained by the Gestapo and sent to Kaufering work camp in 38 for teaching free thought too much and rebelling against the Nazis, so they had him locked up. And since Berta was laid off originally because she was a woman, she wasn't allowed to work originally, she had to take up being a freelance journalist as her husband was locked up in the work camp and it didn't tend to pay very much, if anything really. So she had to go out and become a freelance journalist, getting along however they could. Then when the war starts in 1939, Gustav is forced away and he's taken into the army. Hans quits the Hitler Youth Group and joins the Edelweiss Pirates, whilst Gretel remains a good little girl and stays in her Hitler Youth thing, doesn't do anything really to discourage, she stays on, doesn't do anything that'll draw too much attention to her. It's 41 is Stalingrad, where Gustav is killed in the Eastern Front. He's dead. He gets killed in Stalingrad. Bertha's still trying to get work and is just about keeping them housed and healthy and whatnot. Hans is still in his little stage of rebellion, and Gretel, as in the words here, is just chilling. She's
not really doing much by this point. She's still
she's making bandages.
She's being a good Nazi girl and learning how to tie bandages
and give birth.
In 1945, war ends. Berta can't work. The FRG are formed. Berta has kids in...
Kids?
She has kids.
Oh yeah, they're all trapped there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Hans goes off. It's it's Gretel ends up learning to become a teacher after her father, and she was very motivated by him. And unfortunately, Hans gets stuck in East Germany as he goes for a night out with some friends because he had quite cheap alcohol due to subsidisation. He gets really drunk, stays at a friend's house, and then the Berlin Wall's up and he can't get back. He's stuck.
And in 1961, Gretel becomes a teacher. Han gets stuck in the east side of Germany and speaks out against the GDR.
It starts rebelling again, this time against the other side.
Pain, isn't he?
Yeah, it is. And it goes on to 63 with the
in
Spiegel.
1963, Berta...
she's works the Spiegel and she gets heavily involved in the Spiegel affair. She ended up becoming quite a high member of the management team in the Spiegel. Yeah, they all end up either dead or causing trouble. The only one that doesn't cause trouble is Gretel. She's fine. He ends up rebelling continuously.
She's just at the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Gustav is a troublemaker. Although more of your family stayed alive than some of the other families. Well, yeah, up until 1941 is a bit of a trouble. See, it's an effective way the Nazis have got to deal with troublemakers, really, isn't it? Because after